Hello everyone, Thomas here again. Hey, this is a channel that I've really wanted to build for a long time now, and I felt that this was the time to do it because what's going on over in Afghanistan is just mind-blowing. The money that's being wasted, the all the lives that we've lost. And thanks to Joe Biden, those lives, as bad as it hurts to say, really mean nothing anymore. He has desecrated every life, every ounce of blood that has been spilled. Enough of that. Let me show you what other countries think of our president.
We've seen the disastrous one-on-one interview Biden did. We've seen snippets of that on this station, so we're not going to replay those. Don't worry about that. But what we saw was just the tip of the iceberg. Let's take a look at 6 verifiable lies told by Biden in that interview, as detailed very helpfully by the Daily Mail. Lie 1. Biden said there was no way to leave Afghanistan without chaos ensuing, but only 6 weeks earlier, he said the Taliban takeover was highly unlikely. Remember that big speech he gave? Nonsense. Lie 2. Biden said the Afghan army is 300,000 strong. Close, Joe. It's only 178,000. Biden said the US doesn't have a military presence in Syria. In fact, it does. It's still got 900 troops there again. Who's advising him? Lie 4. Biden said he can't recall military officials suggesting he keep the stable 2,500 troop presence in Afghanistan, though reports show Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Mark Milley made exactly such a request. Lie 5. Biden said US has control of Kabul airport, though Taliban fighters, and I think we've got some footage of it here, have formed a wall around the airport and are controlling who goes in and out. Maybe we don't have footage, but trust me, the footage is not pretty. 6. Biden said no one is being killed in Kabul, at Kabul airport, though the Taliban has killed at least 12. And that's just 6.
Okay, let me try to put this in layman's terms and try to explain it. Plain and simple, what Sky News of Australia is saying is, hey, President Joe Biden is a lying son of a bitch. Me personally, I don't even think he knows the truth. I mean, hell, he's been in politics for over 40 years. He's so used to lying by now, right?
Let's move to the US now. President Biden's approval ratings have dipped with a 15-point swing in congressional preference among independents since April. James, I'll start with you. What does this mean for the Biden administration? And are things going to improve? Is this Afghanistan debacle going to be forgotten in a couple of weeks, or is this going to hang around?
No, it's because it's not just Afghanistan, Rita. It's so much else. It's the crisis on the southern border. It's the fact that Joe Biden has not gotten the pandemic under control like he promised he would, saying that Donald Trump had it out of control. He would be in control. That hasn't happened. It is these multi-trillion-dollar spending programs that he's got, which are already really being felt in terms of inflation. So that means in practical terms, wage cuts for income-earning Americans. It's this whole economic thing where they've been paying people to stay home, so a lot of businesses can't even get people to come to work for them. All of these things are building, but the biggest problem for Joe Biden is this. The media dragged him over the line last year in that election. They ignored every single sign that this guy was going to be a disaster, no matter what his mental faculties are. And that's a whole nother discussion we can have. And now they realize, having done that, they're getting nothing in return. They call him Walk Away Joe now because he doesn't take questions at any sort of press conference. He doesn't give them anything. And so now they are starting to turn on him as well. Things are only going to get worse for Joe Biden.
Well, that's becoming synonymous with his presidency, isn't it? That image of him walking away, reading a prepared statement, perhaps answering one or two questions that he knows are coming from pre-selected journalists, and then walking off as people scream questions at him.
Even the foreign news thinks that Joe Biden has mental problems. Joe, I know it's rude to make fun of somebody with a handicap. At least get checked out and let us know that you do have a handicap. That way, hey, we'll stop picking on you so much.
Prue, I want to show you a brilliant statement on the Afghanistan withdrawal from Donald Trump overnight. This was tweeted out by Miranda Devine, who says it's hard to argue with Trump's logic. The Donald says, first you bring out all the American citizens, then you bring out all the equipment, then you bomb the bases to smithereens, and then you bring out the military. You don't do it in the reverse order like Biden and his woke generals did. No chaos, no death. They wouldn't even know we left. He's absolutely right, isn't he?
He's nailed it entirely. And how disgraceful it has been, and how alarming and dangerous for the rest of the world that the weakness of America is shown. This lame duck moron of a president, the weakness of the generals who have become political animals and messengers. And, you know, China, all our enemies are going to think, well, we're empowered now. This is a bunch of morons. Yeah. And it's just so sad for the 41 people, Australians who lost their lives, the thousands of Americans who lost their lives, and the fact that the Afghanis are just in this terrible state.
Well, the Australians, they don't pull any punches, do they? Wow, I don't know what to say. Other than all the Trump supporters are sitting there going, we tried to tell you, but you just wouldn't listen. That's right. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, share, why don't you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to make sure you get notifications of uploaded videos. Here's a sneak peek at the next video.
First of all, I think it's irresponsible to say Americans are stranded. They are not. We are committed to bringing Americans who want to come home home.